You're not raising kids, you're raising men and women. That is right, guys. I hate it when people say that they're raising kids, because in reality, if you think of it that way, you're selling your kids short, because guess what? They're not going to be kids forever, and you're not raising them to be kids either. You're raising them to be men and women. How's it going, guys? And welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk. My name is Chad, and this is The Hopeful Homestead. In this series of videos, I like to sit here with a cup of coffee and think I'm talking to all the husbands and dads out there about all the difficult things in life we have to deal with. And as a husband and a father, I think it's important to realize that you and your wife need to have a shared vision of realizing that you're not raising kids. Yes, they might be kids now, but in no way in how you interact with them or how you teach them about life or how you prepare them for life should you be doing it in a way that is keeping that mindset of them being kids at heart for you. You need to be thinking of them as future men and women, preparing them for that. I feel like too many parents fall short in that regard, and they don't prepare their kids for the real world because they keep them in that mindset. They keep their kids in their mind as being possessions or as being extensions of them or just being basically glorified pets in a way where they're just belongings to you that you get to have and enjoy because they're kids. You are doing your kids a disservice if you're not from day one, yes, having fun with them as their parents, giving them a good childhood, being age appropriate with obviously how you're teaching and caring for them. At the same time, always having in mind that as they grow up, embrace the new phases of life they're entering as they're growing up and becoming young adults and then becoming adults. Because if you don't do that, if you continually want them to stay as a child, if you are neglecting the fact that they're becoming an adult and you're not truly preparing them and coaching them into each phase of life as they're growing up, you are doing your kid a disservice and you're not preparing them for the real world. I know for me and my wife, it's a cornerstone of how we try to parent our kids. Our oldest daughter is 9. She'll be turning 10 this summer. That's a big deal. She's already starting to encounter things in school that are, getting to that preteen age range, and it's I'm not ready for that. But I have to also keep in mind, yeah, she's still my little baby girl, and I still think of her a lot as being that little girl in a little princess dress, as a 4-year-old running around the house having fun. And I appreciate that phase of life that she had, but she's not that anymore. She's a 9-year-old that's starting to think about her grades more, think about her friendships at school, and she's caring about all these things and developing new interests and hobbies. And I never want to make her feel like she has to feel guilty of growing up because I cared for her so much as a little kid. I want her to know that I support her as she's growing up and that I'm coaching her into each new phase of life so that she feels like she's got me and her mom by her side as absolute supporters and guiders, as she's making her decisions in life and having to figure things out. And that's where I think it's important as parents, as husbands and fathers, to make sure we are remembering that we're not raising kids, we're raising men and women. But all right, guys, just a little quick one here today, talking about this subject. I think it's an important thing to remember as you're navigating life as a husband and a father, as a parent. But thanks for watching all the way through if you did, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Because again, my name is Chad, this is The Hopeful Homestead, and I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks.